A new Star Wars season means we have new points of interest, and I'm determined to study the ins and outs of all of them for the next 10 hours on different days. We will be starting off with Vader Samurai Solitude. And for the very first hour, I decided to queue up with some friends and convince them to drop at Vader Samurai Solitude. The Dark Lord was no match for the power of friendship. We were easily able to take him down. I was not quick enough to be the lucky one trained by him. And one of the cool things about being trained in the Force by either a Jedi or a Sith is that you have Force powers like push, pull, double jump, lightning, better sprint controls, and so much more. If you pick up a lightsaber without training, then you don't get these abilities, which is unfortunate because one of my buddies could have definitely benefited from double jump because it negates fall damage.
I'm a bird.
To be fair, he said he didn't realize the lack of a floor at the bottom. Together as a group, we only hot dropped this place for about an hour. They got tired at landing at the same POI, so I won't include the footage from the other games that we played together. Wait, why is this player driving a car with a bubble shield on it? That's actually kind of smart. Oh, how about that? There's another car. Why is there so many?
Leave me alone! Ah! No, 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 no! Wait.
Akira! R2 is vain, R2 is vain, R2 is vain.
And for hour 2, I decided to go solo dolo, and it was a bit harder to overcome the dark side of the Force without the power of friendship. Mainly because everybody and their mamas was landing here. It really felt like a battlefield. I might even say a Star Wars battlefront.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. But after a few failed attempts at surviving this place, I decided I needed to change up my tactics.
Hello there.
Nope.
Bruh.
Be patient, you must.
I always learned that insanity is the definition of doing the same thing over and over. And just hop dropping without a plan was driving me insane. So the new game plan was to be patient in the Force. Loot up and get shield before just blasting the first person I saw. This actually started to work. I was surviving this hot drop and even eliminated someone with Jedi powers. I guess Sith in this context. Unfortunately, picking up the lightsaber didn't give me any powers, and shortly after, I thought these stormtroopers were frauds, since I was getting shredded. Definitely not Lord accurate, am I right? Well, it turns out it was someone else in the building. I'll get my revenge on them later. But first I had to teach this guy that the high ground always wins.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power! Don't try it!
And I was able to get my revenge on the person who was shooting me from a distance earlier. Unfortunately, third parties don't care about plot armor. The next game I was finally able to take down Darth Vader and gain his training. Tell me I don't look clean stepping out of here. And the cool part about getting trained by Vader is that I get to have the ability to throw my lightsaber, which initially does 70 damage when first hitting somebody, and a possible extra 70 when flying back, if it connects with the same person. I also recommend taking out these weather station guards because sometimes they drop some nice loot, as well as a card that reveals the next storm location, which came in handy. Had to do it in style. Plus, it was a headshot to boot.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
After that win, I decided it was a good time to take on builds mode. Hey guys, let's make a deal here. 200 likes and I'll dedicate a whole week and video to me getting better at building because I desperately need it. I came back to Fortnite when they announced zero build and it was fun. So in turn, I rarely ever touch build mode and it shows.
What? What the?
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I was able to get to end zone once, but as you can see, I was panic building everywhere. I probably could have won this if I was just a bit more patient and relaxed as well as calm. Next couple of hours was also quite rough. I decided to pause trying to get a win in build mode for now. Again, if this video gets 200 likes, I'll dedicate a whole week and video to me getting better at building. I decided it was a good time to go back to zero builds and got a couple more wins. Sometimes I would survive Vader Samurai Solitude, other times someone would grab his powers and run away.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I wasn't too pressed about it. It was a good opportunity to get training from others like Maul. Whose ability is a lot cooler anyways, and came in handy at times.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
No third party for you. I also found out that not only are TIE fighters hard to fly, but even harder to park.
Steady. Steady. Steady.
Anyone know a good insurance company for this by any chance?
A disturbance in the force. I feel.
I had this funny interaction when trying to past tense this Vader player. Man is literally doing tricks on it. And during this time, Epic decided to add AI capabilities to Vader. So why not just ask him some basic questions? Do you sense great power from Jar Jar?
Jar Jar Binks. Great power. A more annoying senator there never was. Are you suggesting this buffoon is a hidden threat, Wukong?
Oh, you haven't heard the tales of the Darth of Jar Jar? Man clearly doesn't know ball for real. Did you know that your son was on the island?
I am aware of my progeny, Wukong. Is this some test of my patience? Or are you merely attempting to provoke a paternal reaction that you believe exists?
Don't you want to meet Luke Skywalker?
Luke Skywalker. A sentimental attachment, Wukong. You wish to introduce me to the instrument of my past failures. I find the notion unappealing.
That's rough, buddy.
Why do you ask?
Well, because he's here.
If young Skywalker is present, demonstrate him, Wukong. Does he wield a lightsaber with proficiency? Or is he still clinging to naive notions of the Force?
Fight him.
Fight them. Demonstrate the power of the dark side, Wukong. Then perhaps young Skywalker will finally understand the futility of resistance.
Whoa, I can't believe you eliminated your son.
So, Wukong, You assume I eliminated Luke Skywalker? A brash accusation. I merely showed him the path to his true potential, briefly. Tell me, do you believe death is an end, or simply a transformation?
No. He's got a point.
Now, I would like to say that since this is the end of the video, that I was getting wins on top of wins because that's how progression normally goes, right? Well, during the last 2 hours, like I mentioned earlier, is when AI Vader was a thing. And I guess everybody wanted Vader's geopolitical opinions on Yucatan. I basically got clapped for 2 straight whole hours. There were some times where I was able to come out on top on sweaty drops, but even then, at the end zone, I kind of choked. Overall, I would say that I enjoy landing at this POI, and having to fight the boss, it was kind of a little bit fun, like mixing the fact that you have a really tanky boss that everyone wants to like get trained by, on top of like just sweaty individuals just hop dropping this place too, made the experience really fun and frustrating at the same time, because if you're not someone who's used to all that chaos, it can be quite annoying. One of my critiques is probably going to be the same with the other POIs, is the fact that it's at the corner of the map, so you're not going to interact with this place quite often, and because of the way the first zones work, you don't get a lot of time to spend here either. And outside of the AI capabilities that Vader has now, I don't think his swing is all that great in zero builds, but I can see it being very clutch in builds. However, what is kind of nice is the fact that you do have Vader right by your side, and he's actually quite useful at times too, either blocking bullets or literally throwing objects at people. And we also can't forget about the fact that Vader can also help you predict the next storm phase if you ask him the right questions, as well as being able to intimidate other NPCs. Overall, Vader has to be the best NPC that you can team up with during this season. So at the beginning of this video, I thought I was going to rate this pretty low, but honestly this is a pretty solid POI, and it's quite worth it if you're able to get Vader on your team. And with that out the way, I can't wait to see you guys in the next Fortnite video, where we take on the First Order base. Again, 200 likes and I'm making a mission to get better at build mode. But till then, y'all stay safe, be a KDAW warrior, and I'll see you guys later.
Excellent work, Wukong. Your skill with the blaster amuses me.